What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wingin podcast. Jack, how you doing, man?
Hey man, I'm better than Xbox, but it's all good.
Hey, dude. At this point, I mean, it is what it is. At this point, dude.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
really is.
we everybody know we all had to see this coming
Yeah,
a mile. Well, if you've been paying attention and not been,
fan fanboy and warring.
yeah,
Yeah, you
you
saw this a
you,
while.
you knew this was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm sorry, man. You can't have no video games that cost no $200-300 million. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start getting movie blockbuster numbers, that's an issue.
Yep.
That's an issue. So, what you been playing, man?
So I jumped on the demo of Wild Heart S. Just trying to see because this is my first time playing it. When I first saw it, I didn't really have too much interest in it because it was very Monster Hunter esque.
And it
Um,
was buggy as hell, from what I understand.
Brother, I didn't realize how bad it was until Nia said something about it, and she showed like her PC clips and
Mm-hmm.
how it was like a slideshow. But from the demo I played, it was pretty decent. Really smooth. It's a little bit different from Monster Hunter in a way because you have to like run down the monster in this big area to where
Mm-hmm.
like with Monster Hunter, the area wasn't all that big, and there was a way for you to go and hunt them down because typically they were in the same areas.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of took me a minute to find find what I was looking for. But it's been decent so far. I mean, it didn't really tickle my fancy, so I went back to God Eater 3, which is a lot more fast paced, anime style. It's still got the weapons and Monster Hunter s situation, but just at a faster pace. But outside of that, picked up Tony Hawk the other day. I haven't got a chance to really get into it. I just kind of went through the tutorial last night, and of course, I'm still doing my Mario Kart thing. I'm just trying to you know do as many knockout tours, and I just found out how you get 3 stars on in knockout tour for all the cups, and that is freaking ridiculous.
Is that how
You
bad?
you have to get first place through every checkpoint to get 3 stars.
Oh, boy.
Now somebody posted that. I was like, ain't no way. Nintendo ain't that crazy. Then just so
Yes, they
happened
are.
immediately after somebody posted it, they're doing the games done quick for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody speed running Mario Kart World, and he mentioned it. He was like, "Hey, I'm a professional Mario Kart racer. Like I'm a professional player," and he was like, "Yeah, in order for you to get 3 stars in Knockout Tour, you have to get first place in every checkpoint."
Bro.
I was like, "That is ridiculous." You hear
That's
me?
off the chain, bro. The amount of people that's gonna be cussing during game chat. I mean, that's so challenging. Mm.
Brother, because I was like, I'm just trying to win. You telling me I gotta get first place on every last one of these checkpoints? I just won't be getting 3 stars. I'm sorry. I just won't.
I think two is a good number to strive for.
That's it. Hey, I got A-star because like I got my screenshots for like me winning. I've won maybe about 5 or 6 knockout tours, whether it's online or through or with the CPU. But yeah, I ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Dang, Nintendo trying to get people to cuss people out.
Yeah,
At this point.
I was like, y'all worried about the wrong stuff in here, complaining about 3 laps and intermissions. I was like, try to get 3 stars over here and see if you can pull it off because that is ridiculous.
That's awesome. All right, Andre, how you sounding?
Look, can you hear me now?
We can
Yeah,
hear
there we
him.
go. There we go.
That's
I
the
don't
first
know what happened. I think my main headset, something's wrong with the mic, so I switched to my Bluetooth one.
Oh, okay. So, what you been playing, man?
A lot of stuff. Honestly, I haven't. Look, I've been so busy trying to tinker around with different games and see if I can get them to play on this crappy little ThinkPad. That I've played so much stuff.
Mm,
I've played Bright Memory. Went back and played Resident Evil, which works on it, but it has a slowdown stutter that
okay.
apparently has for integrated graphics. Um, I was just running through different games. I tried fighting Rage on it to make sure it worked. Played Streets of Rage 4 on it. It works flawlessly. Street Fighter 4 works on it, oddly enough. So I've just been tinkering with that. I've been thinking about, because I said before I was thinking about doing that low spec gaming series.
Mhm.
And as soon as I get something I can hook this thing up to another computer and capture it,
Mhm.
You know
Okay.
you're gonna piss off the graphics wars.
I don't care.
Hey,
Hey, look.
That's the fun of it.
dude, I was telling people all the time, like, look, bump this 4K 30. Let's go 540 15. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need to be at.
Yep.
That's superior gaming.
Hey, look, when I figured out that I could get freaking Scarlet Nexus running on it at 20 to 25 frames a second, and it's integrated graphics that's close to the level of a 360, I'm sitting there like, yeah, there's so much more that could be done in this arena. So I'm going to
Yeah.
figure it out.
Okay. All right. Me personally, got back into Street Fighter 6. Still mad that they didn't make a Final Fight game. So, just like it was right there, and y'all still won't do it. That Xenoblade Chronicles X, because I forgot that I
Mhm.
need to finish that. Now that I forgot about that, I kind of forgot a
I've
little
been
bit.
holding off for that 60 frames patch that we were all coerced into thinking was
Yeah,
coming, which I'm
I
pretty
just
sure it still will, but
yeah.
I've been holding off for that.
Because I went on and did Chapter 9, went on and got my flight module so I can start doing, so I can do the rest of that other stuff that I need to do, and get some of the rest of that stuff before I start taking on Yggdrasil and Telethia. So I finally did find my scythe, thank God. So because I'm gonna need that. But yeah, that and Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. Once again, don't know why people hated that game, and got back into Bleach,
Okay.
Rebirth of Souls. Fun game. Kind of want a different thing though with my anime games though.
Yeah.
The arena fighter thing, while it can be fun, I kind of want to do a different genre, like whether it's an action RPG or because I would love to play Bleach as an action RPG,
Yeah.
straight up. Um, but
So with
like
these
the
so with these anime games, like what is the right direction? Because at this point we've gotten arena fighters galore.
yeah,
We've gotten, of course, telling you the entire story. And even when you think about Dragon Ball with the Xenoverse saga, they've created their own timeline.
yeah,
So I
they
mean,
did.
what do you think would be the best course for these anime games now?
Just dabble in something else.
Okay.
Just dabble in something else.
Here's a thought. Make the game actually be like the anime or manga that you're copying. So
Okay.
instead of trying to make everything an arena fighter, hey, we got Konami doing Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, that makes sense. It's a card game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if we're doing Bleach, like Jay said, it should be something sort of like Bayonetta or
yeah,
Devil May Cry.
True. 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 True.
yeah.
True. True.
Or if you're going to do Black Clover, then I want something. Dang, I had the idea
You
in my
know
head.
what? Black Clover. Now I think about it,
I want
Black
something.
Clover.
Go ahead.
What about Expedition 33? That engine for Black Clover.
Oh. Okay.
Right where I was going.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So now with that, I know you just mentioned Black Clover, but how would y'all feel? Because One Piece tried it with the turn base. Now Odyssey wasn't the best, but it was, it was an attempt because I don't think the overworld was executed properly. It was
It
literally you just
wasn't.
run from spot to spot.
Yeah, it
So
wasn't.
if we get these games like a Bleach, Dragon Ball's done it and it was amazing on the 3DS to where they did turn base. Would that be a better option opposed to doing like a Bayonetta where it's more of a hack and slash situation and you're just fighting a bunch of hollows
I
at this
think
point?
I think it does depend on the actual type. But like something like Black Clover just needs to be like an action RPG or some type of RPG.
Right. Now,
But something like Bleach or Dragon Ball, especially since Bleach and Dragon Ball are pretty much for the most part finished. Especially if you're talking about Dragon Ball Z.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I don't need to. We don't need to like. We can just do like the actual. sagas and just do it like an action title, like a Bayonetta or a Devil May Cry or something like that.
Okay.
Because you can actually, and I know we were talking about this before when we were talking about the Superman thing. You can actually do Dragon Ball because they didn't break Goku from
Right.
a ability standpoint. He's always had somebody that's stronger than him, so he's had
Yep.
somebody to get to. It's not like with Superman where Superman's already here and the next person is here, unless
Yeah.
his name is Darkseid. Darkseid's like here, but it's up here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like that with Dragon Ball. So you can actually do uh an actual action game, not a Souls like, but an actual action game
Okay.
where it's more of a action title or an action RPG where you like give them, because to be fair, Goku really only got like 3 moves, so you can do like
Yeah.
an RPG and just power them up and give them a little like buffs and debuffs and stuff like that if you want to do that. But I wouldn't go like full turn based with Dragon Ball just because I think Dragon Ball it serves better with like an action, more of an action
Okay.
RPG style instead of a turn based style. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Turn based, Black
Yeah.
Clover turn based. What's another that would probably be a good turn based?
Rise of the Shield Hero.
Yeah, Rise of the Shield Hero, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Actually, I was thinking Goblin Slayer.
That too. Yeah.
Goblin Slayer, yes. Yeah, Goblin Slayer would be a good like turn based, but I would need it more on the Monster Hunter story style of turn based because of that whole. You know how Monster Hunter stories they go the straight over the top anime
Mm-hmm.
power up stuff. That's what I would want from Goblin Slayer
Yeah.
because I want that over the top stuff. So
And that's always amazing with those type of games. Now, one thing that always seems to be like a half and half, depending on if you like it or not. We've all watched, let's say, Dragon Ball Z, like
mhm,
from front to back. If I'm playing Dragon Ball Z, instantly I'm thinking, okay, Goku should already beat the Cyberman. Goku should already outpower Krillin, and whatever case may be. But these games want you to do, like you said, that RPG element. Like, okay,
mhm,
we need you to get from level 1 to this. And
yeah,
I think that's always been a hard thing for them to juggle. Because even when we play, like, if you think about Legend of the Super Saiyan on the Super Nintendo or Super Famicom, and with that, if you grind hard enough, it gets to a point to where any Cyberman you fight, as soon as they hit you, bam, you don't move. Like, it just
yeah.
doesn't do anything to you. And you can take them out in one hit. But that takes a lot of grinding to get
Yeah.
there. So
It would need to be balanced. It would need to be
yeah.
balanced if they did it. It would need to be balanced because, like, the thing about, and that's the one thing I did like about the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Super. Yeah,
Mhm.
you can have a more powerful power level. That ain't mean you're gonna win. Because
Yeah.
Krillin,
Yeah.
remember, people forget Krillin knocked off 3 people.
He did. Yeah. Technique.
Like it's technique. Like you, yeah. So yeah,
Technique.
I mean, Tien only knocked off 1 person. They should have never brought him, but they should never brought him.
They shouldn't have treated him like they did. I'm
This,
like,
they should have never brought him, dude. I would have brought Ghost in the Trunks while I brought him, dude. Damn that. At least I had 2 Super Saiyans with me.
Yeah, see, they would have played around and got knocked out, knowing them
he
two.
got knocked
Knowing them, no, knowing them two, one of them would have went after Jiren. One of them would have went after Jiren.
They both would have gone after him. Like,
And when the other one got beat, the other one would have got mad, and that's when they would have jumped him. So, yeah,
they got backhanded out of the arena, and that'd have been it.
yeah, but it would have been funny as hell first though, because they would have knocked some people off because they were too strong for everybody.
yeah,
Yeah, they would have knocked off a good number of people.
Yeah, like half of that damn pool would have been gone just like Goten and Trunks, and they would have did it by accident because they would have been playing.
yeah,
They just been joking around. But that's why I was like, it's one of those situations where I'm like, I would love for them to do that, but like Demon Slayer, for instance, I like the
Mhm.
Demon Slayer game. I thought it was actually pretty decent, but
yeah.
I was like, this should not be an arena fighter.
It shouldn't, especially when
This
you
should be an
have
action game.
what 5 or 6 of the same character.
Yeah,
I think what
like,
Tanjiro had like 5 or 6 versions.
yeah. And then you had the other water style dudes like the Sabito and
Yeah,
the girl, his little sister or whatever. Like it's stuff like that I'm like, I understand, but at the same time, like, this should have been an action game. Like, let Platinum Studios do this or let Team Ninja do this, and it should have been an action game.
yeah.
But
Or if you want to have all these different versions of characters, just make it a fighting game.
Yeah, a straight up fighting game, not yeah. Like, cause some of this stuff, like, I don't know about y'all, I'm getting tired of these tag games, man.
Boy.
I'm just getting tired of these tag games. I'm like, bro, y'all doing too much. Like, bro, I don't need like Dragon Ball Fighters. As fun as it is, I got bored
Yeah, you
because
get
I was
bored.
just tired of the. I was tired of. I'm like, can we get 1v1s?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said,
Missing from that game.
yeah. Because like I said, when you were talking about Bleach, I know my son has fallen in love with Bleach because I put him on to Bleach a while ago, and he was like, "Well, it's gonna take me a while to get into it."
1,000-year blood war.
And see, he's been tempted to go there, but he was like, "Well, Dad, is it a waste of time to go there and then have to come back?" I was like, "Well,
Yes.
honestly, just get the Waco Mundo first, and then
Yeah.
once you get done with Waco Mundo, then go and do the
Yeah.
1,000-year." So he's been doing that. So he went and got the game.
Mhm.
So, but he's been playing, and he's like, I don't know. Like I expected more, and I think this is also due in part to him having to mess around with it because of the Steam Deck. Because man, it took me 5 or 6 hours to get the game to run properly, and
Ooh.
all because you have to. Okay, so when he bought the game, the moment that you turn it on, it crashes immediately. So then when you do a little research, you got to go download Proton 9.6. It has to be that specific Proton. And then once you get done with that specific Proton, you have to make sure that all of the graphics in the game or the video display stuff is at low. And there is like another thing we had to do to ensure that it didn't crash and that it ran properly. And mind you, this is after they fixed some of it from launch because it was worse at launch. So
and I got people telling me that you should buy a Steam Deck over Switch too. Okay.
Look, I get
Okay.
I get the aesthetic of the Steam Deck because it's the more straightforward one.
But if
But
I got to do all that to play
yeah,
a game,
that's what I'm
and you
telling you. Like
don't tell me that before I buy the game,
people don't keep it real with you. Like when it comes down to
yeah.
Steam Deck, that's why you see most of them that post it. They're posting emulators. Like they don't keep it a buck with you because that's not the only game I've had to do it with. I've had to do it with Fighter Z. I've had to do it with Bakaru. I've had to do it with a lot of games, and because you got to go to the desktop, download the stuff, and then come back to the main big screen to be able to actually play the game. And that's if you can play it. It's too much of a workaround. I told him, I was like, don't bring this thing back in my face again, because it shouldn't have taken me 5 hours to figure out how to fix this crap.
Yeah.
But
that's why I would prefer to just play it on console, man.
Yeah, but that aside, I do feel like we've been, honestly, I can't even say this generation or even last that we had like a solid anime game.
Yeah, it's been a
Yeah,
while.
I can
I don't
think of.
even count the Ultimate Ninja series from Naruto. I just
No,
don't even count that. I don't even count that. It was cool at first, but then
Yeah, but the PS3, like that was like, okay, cool. We on to
because we
something.
ain't never seen that before.
Correct. Yeah, because what was like
And
Cyber Connect that did
Cyber
that?
Connect did it, and
Yeah.
then they
Milked
went
it.
to like bro. Like and to be fair, the only real One Piece games I really like is the One Piece Warrior games, because the One Piece Warrior games are stupid.
They're stupid fun, but
Yeah.
we should have a lot more for One Piece.
Yeah,
For 1,000 plus episodes, I better have a better
the problem
video
with
game.
One Piece though is it's like they got too much, and because of how the series is set up with all those different powers and all those different interconnected stories, like bruh, and they try to do new stories.
You can't.
I don't want to see that shit.
You can't. You really can't.
Like, I'd rather y'all just make them off the movie. At this point, just make them based off the movie. Like, but yeah, that's another one where I'm like, yeah, they tried to do the RPG thing. I just don't think. Once again, I don't think turn-based works for One Piece. Action RPG would work for One Piece.
No.
Action RPG, build up the power set, and then have you like change your move sets out. You know.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going all the way through to current. I'm like, because, bro, ain't nobody going to play with nothing but Gear 5.
Right.
Once they get it, ain't nobody going to play with nothing but Gear 5.
Right.
You're going to play with Gear 5, or you're going to play with Demonized Zoro, or you're going to play with Double Black Leg Sanji. You're not playing with any of them other.
You're not.
I'm playing the base versions and none of the characters.
You're
I'm not doing Snake Man. I'm not doing Bounce Man. I'm not
No,
doing
I'm not
any
doing
of
none
that.
of that. I'm going to go straight Deadpool Looney Tunes on you. That's
Unless
what I'm doing.
unless you figure out, and I know we're gonna go into it, unless you figure out how to work it like Ghost of Yotai
Yeah.
or Tsushima, because
Yeah.
you had to switch those stances up
Yeah.
to fight those type of characters. So unless you want to just try to brute force your way through it, but if they say, okay, this character you have to use Bounce Man or some for whatever reason you can't use Gear 5. Like
Yeah.
something.
And I'll keep it to the arc you in if we're gonna do that. Just keep it to like that wasn't that arc. Okay, fine. That's we're gonna check.
If we go on that far, then I'm going to be straight trolling with Usopp the whole way.
Yeah.
The entire
Just keep
time.
God Usopp.
God
God
Usopp.
Usopp.
Boosh.
Yeah. Now Zodiac, I do agree it's unfair. Gear 5 is unfair in that anime because I'm like, bro, how you supposed to beat
Hey.
Looney Tunes?
Give him
Hey,
two.
they said God. So
Yeah,
mine is
they didn't
hey.
lie. They didn't lie. So it's BS, but it's worked into the story. So
Right.
it's just like the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
It's in the name.
It's
You
in
know
the
everybody
name.
coming back. You know everybody coming back. It's in the name.
But the only time I've ever seen it backfire is Garlic Jr. Garlic
yeah.
Jr. was the only one to get this
Garlic
this
Jr.
immortality off, and he
Yeah.
somehow gets caught up in his own crap.
Because he got that man. Like that's the one thing you gotta love about Goku. Goku is that hero that pisses the villain off so bad to the point where he just like, I'm gonna do this one move that I know that may screw me up, but I'm gonna take you, and they get to
Yeah.
It's like, bro, that's all he did in Dead Zone. He just pissed him off.
That's it.
That's all he did. He pissed him off, and he threw himself in a black hole.
You consider it even worse that Gohan was the one that pushed him in there.
Yeah, Gohan was the one that pushed him in there, but Goku had been pissing him off the whole time because he wouldn't die. I'm like, bruh, Goku never changed, man. Never changed.
I don't get the point in wishing for immortality, getting it, and then doing something that would lock you away.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Irony.
if I'm immortal, I can beat on you until you die. Why won't I do that instead? No, I'm going to create a black hole that's portal to send you to somewhere I don't want to go. Then I escape it, fight the same little boy that pushed
It
me.
gives out
Like, yeah, nah.
Like, bro, you are not smart.
He thinks he's smart, but he ain't.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the only thing I think about the anime games. I love, because y'all know I watch a crap ton of anime. So,
Right.
but it's like sometimes I'm just sitting there. I'm like, yeah, y'all keep doing, and it's always Bandai Namco. I'm like,
Right.
can somebody else get this? Like, can y'all let Team Ninja get one of these?
That's what they trying to get all the daggone licenses. That's the problem.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. So let's talk about this Ghost of Yote presentation. I did do a live reaction on Wednesday. Was when they Thursday was when they did. So I enjoyed what I saw. I thought they did a good job. They put the Samurai Champloo got a mode.
Yeah.
Takashi got a mode along with Kurosawa mode. So bruh, I may have to pick up a PS5.
Look,
I'm
I
away.
may have
me and Samson were talking about this, and I was like, it's got to be a crazy bug if I go and pick up another one, because this would be number 3. I ain't no way in hell.
See,
I might have
this
to
would be
miss
number 1 for me.
Okay.
This would be number 1 for me. But the way I was looking at it, because I'm a huge fan of Shinichiro Watanabe and then what he did with Samurai Champloo, and I'm like, when they showed that, I'm like, yeah, dude, this will work. This will work. That Kurosawa mode worked for me in the first one, because I like movies, and I've watched some of the Akira Kurosawa films, and the way he shoots, like, because they still try to use it to this day, the standoff where it slows down to widescreen, and you get the wide shot of the face off. They still trying to do that, but to me, he's the only one that actually mastered how to do that more properly. And he was doing this in the 50s.
Yeah.
So I just like the way they did that. I thought that was cool. But to add like Takashi Miike, who his visuals are crazy to begin with. If y'all don't know any of his movies, he did like a lot of horror thrillers. But one of my favorite movies that he did, and I got to give Vicky props, because she the one that put me onto it. He actually did a version of the live action Ace Attorney
Okay.
in Japan,
Okay.
and yeah, so he can do multiple genres. But yeah, like that was actually like the coolest thing to me. I do like the idea of the story of her going after all six of those dudes. I'm like, that's dope to me.
Yeah.
And I like some of the gameplay stuff that they did finally show, because they said they were showing it, but they showed to like the last 5-10 minutes of I'm like, dude, really, bro? But hey, it is what it is. But I thought it was a very well done presentation overall. I didn't see nobody walk into their studio. I didn't see nobody trying to show me how good their studio looked. So they just showed the game.
Right.
Microsoft, take notes. They just showed the game. So
Specifically Bethesda, take notes.
yeah, mainly Bethesda, please, God, please. Yeah, but I want to get you guys' thoughts. So, Jack, what do you think?
Yeah, this was amazing. I really loved Ghost of Tsushima. I waited until the DLC dropped before I picked it up. So I went, got the game from beginning to end, played it, loved it, tried my best 100%, but I didn't. It was just too time consuming. But one thing that like me and Sandstorm were talking about, it is having a purpose for doing things in the game. And this is something that I gave praise for when we watched the DK Bonanza direct. Like, give me a reason or a purpose other than just trying to fill the game with hours to do something. Or if I'm doing something in the game, make it a part of the world. So we saw with Tsushima and also with Yotai now that the wind, that is what is pointing you in the direction of where you should go. Even in, I don't know if it's going to be in this game, but I know in the first game, if you were getting closer to a camp, a certain bird will show up and you follow that bird to that camp. And that's where everybody was. So you can start switching out your clothing. You can buy some stuff. You can get new weapons, the whole 9 yards. So to see that, okay, I know I'm on a revenge tour. Like I got to touch the Yotai 6. Like we got problems, so I'm here to solve them.
Yeah,
So we got a purpose of playing the game. And when we talk about, okay, you're building out your whole team, you're building out your wolf pack, as they put it. I don't have to figure out, okay, well, what camp were you at, or what camp were you at? They were like, hey, you build your own camp, and they come to you. When we talk about stances, like I mentioned earlier, there is no, okay, I leveled up so much so no matter what weapon I use, I'm just gonna mow you down with my favorite weapon. You know what I mean? It's and that's where I think a lot of games, even racing games, get to that point of I have 100 cars. I can't necessarily have my favorite because, like Forza Horizon, this may not work on off road, or this may not work here with turns. So with this one, it's like, okay, I have all these weapons. I can customize how they look, and they all serve a purpose, even when I go later down the line. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the biggest gripes I made with Wonderful 101. You didn't get into what like white and purple until like damn near at the end of the game.
yeah.
So it's like, so it's like, what was the point? But yeah, going into the stances, now we're getting into the weapons to where it's like, okay, we got new weapons. Now we got the pole, we got a shotgun, we got bows, we got dual swords, kunai whips and chains. Like
Yeah,
there's a purpose to all of it. And then also my enemies can do the same thing. So now we really got to sit down and think about it of like strategic fighting, even in groups. The story I'm pretty sure will be there. The story was great within Tsushima as well. But then also we factor in, like you said, art style, music. Like you can go through this entire game in black and white. Like that looked amazing. Like the game is beautiful. It looked amazing. You got the music in itself, from lo-fi all the way up to like just classic Japanese Western type music.
yeah,
And it really ties into you being in this world, and not to mention that it's beautiful and how it runs. None of it from that state of play looked like fluff. It all seemed like not only was it intentional, but it all has a purpose. And so whenever you go in and play the game, you know, everything is going to feel like you're in the game. There's too many games that we see now to where you're staring at a mini map for way too long to get to your destination. Like, okay, go to this yellow dot, that yellow dot, yellow dot, yellow dot. And one more thing I would say as a pro before I get to my one con, is I'm pretty sure they mentioned that they brought it back with cards. Of you trying to track down certain things depending on how you want to go about
Talking about the bounty thing.
Yeah. So like they have bounty, and then they had something else with the cards too. But if you remember in the first game, we've played plenty of games to where they're like, hey, you've done enough to where you've earned these points, and you can utilize those points to unlock your new technique. Ghost of Tsushima didn't do that. They were like, oh, there's this thunder attack that this classic dude learned back in the day. Here's his story. Based off his story, this will give you a hint as into where he at. Now, we're not going to give you no yellow mark as into where he is. You just got to follow by the story and try to figure out where he is. And when you figure out where he is, it's going to be a showdown. With that showdown, when you defeat him, you now have mastered that technique, and you can utilize that technique in the game. I like that. I earned my technique. I didn't have to go to a screen and upgrade with points. You gave it to me because I went, found him, and beat his ass. Like, that was how I was supposed to
belt the ass.
Right. And I love that. So it keeps me in the game the entire time. And the one con with this game, I don't have a PlayStation 5 anymore. So now it's like, do I go on the side of like, come to Switch too, or
because to be fair, I would, because I'm one of those people who believe exclusives matter.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
they're the reason 100%. For you picking up a system. And I'm also of the fact that I believe some games just don't play well on systems they weren't intended for.
No.
Sucker punch.
For sure.
Do your thing on PlayStation, because that's what y'all known for. Y'all to master that architecture. So have at it.
They are.
I gotta come to you.
They are one of 3 IPs that I love from Sony. Like, I don't like all of Sony's IPs. Yeah. That's why like PlayStation is a struggle for me. I have Xbox over PlayStation because I like Xbox IPs a little bit more, the little bit that they still have, over PlayStation's. Because for me it's Ratchet, Astro, and Ghost. Those are my 3 because they ruined God of War for me. Horizon, I tried, and then Uncharted don't exist anymore.
Yeah, so I don't know why they did that. That was stupid, but whatever.
That was supposed to be an easy layup every single time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my thoughts. I have nothing but high praise for what we saw. And that kind of was in the same boat as Konetsugami. I saw it, wasn't on my radar because when they first showed it, I was like, oh, okay, just a typical sequel.
It looked like evil Okami.
Yeah, and then when I saw the state of play, I'm like, ooh, okay, like Anderson coming out in October too. I was like, ooh, okay. I like what I see, but it, to me, while it is great, I'm not like, I went and bought another PlayStation for Astro, but I can't do that again. I gotta be responsible at some point in time in my life. So it's like, all right, I gotta start here. Like, I really do.
I feel you. I mean, I can't even doubt that, because like it's at some point you have to like make the right decision.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, if I would have kept it, then I would be able to play this game. I would have gotten it day one. But that's just how the tides turn.
Dude, we got budgets, man. We ain't rich.
Hey, look, at the end of the day, I love what I saw, but I'm not gonna act like I don't have good games that's coming off on the Switch either. Yeah. So it is what it is.
Yeah, true. Andre, did you get a chance to watch it?
I did, and honestly, I largely agree with what Jack already said. So my only addition to that is, I'm going to wait for the Game of the Year version for the PC.
Can't say I blame you on that one. Can't say, because we know it's coming.
It's coming, yeah.
We know it's coming.
But what's the timetable on it, though?
It just depends on how them sales look. Because if the
sales look good, it'll be a year. If they are bad, it'll be 6 months.
Yep.
I'm betting on the year. I think if they don't show up for this game, I already see the stupid reasons why people are not showing up because of protagonists, but. Yeah. And then other people are like, oh, it's a sequel. I'm like, well, then what did you expect?
What did you expect? Yeah, what did you expect? You freaking idiot! Like, some people they just say whatever online. I swear they just say whatever, dude.
I don't know how someone expects a sequel of a game to be completely different. from the game that came before. They have to be similar, otherwise it's not a sequel.
Yeah,
Right.
it's in the title. Whatever. So yeah, it is what it is. I would say this. There is one other thing I thought was funny. The whole horse following the flowers thing. I'm like, y'all saying that horse is getting high? That look like regular flowers. That look like poppy.
Mhm.
Y'all trying to say that horse getting high?
Hey, might as well.
But yeah, I just thought that was funny. But yeah, I like it. Hashtag awesome for Smash. And
Yeah.
I like what I saw, dude. I wish the next Smash games would put her in there. That'll piss everybody off.
Boy,
At
you
this
have
point,
no idea.
I'm down for Smash characters coming in just to piss off the fan base or the people that
Oh, like
claim.
Counterpoint?
Yeah, just the people that claim to be fans. I just want to see them just. Like, I just want them to just put random people. Just say they're gonna put random people in.
Right.
So yeah. So the next thing I want to talk about, and this comes from Pure Xbox, and let me see if I can share this out real quick because I do want to show this because this hints at a problem that we've been talking about, and it just got put out that Marvel's Blade. I'll just read the title. Did not go into production until late 2024. This game was at the 2023 Game Awards with a full trailer.
Mm. Mm. Gotta love
You
it.
see, do y'all see what the problem is when I be saying like I see stuff coming and I just don't feel sorry for people?
Yeah.
Look, and then on top of that, it's Arcane. Arcane does not have a good track record.
No, they don't. They don't at
So
all.
you and once again, no, I rag on Jeff a lot, but dude, you got to stop doing this, man. It's your show. You got to stop doing this. I know you want to get the scoop and all that, but these people didn't even have. They showed up to the Game Awards with a trailer of a game they ain't even started on.
Disgusting, right? Sound like Everwild.
The game, nobody knows what it is.
The report mentions that the production of phase of the AAA game project was launched at the end of 2024. The end of it. We in 2025, which makes me think, what's going to happen to Wolverine? They show a 40-second clip of Wolverine.
Ooh, I just thought about that. Like Wolverine,
Was
we
they
haven't
even
heard
working?
seen that for a while.
And the sad thing about it was this was before Spider-Man 2, and at the time, they hadn't even started on Spider-Man 2 at the time.
So that begs the question though, because we got the quote unquote leak. We haven't heard anything about that Venom game.
I'm wondering if that got canned.
Ooh, yeah. So there's
There
a
were
lot
like
of
5
games
projects
that should be gone.
Yeah, they had 5 projects on there because there was an X-Men game, there was the Venom game, the Spider-Man 2 game was on there, the Wolverine game was on there, and because they had started doing rough stuff for the X-Men game.
Right.
They had started doing rough stuff for it. But I'm like, bro, dude, like, when is this stuff coming out?
That's scary. Because I mean, when we think about Wolverine, granted, yes, did it leak for the most part, but not enough for you to warrant to have to start over.
No. And the other thing too is, what are you trying to make Wolverine? It's just straight up action game. You should not be trying to then make no open world nothing. You should not be trying to make open world anything.
Something tells me they're trying their best to make it as different from Spider-Man as possible because you have a strong possibility of it feeling like Spider-Man but with Wolverine.
The best way to do that is just to make a straight up action game and don't try to do nothing. Spider-Man works because you're doing the open world of New York. Right. You don't need to do that with Wolverine. It's a straight up action game, do chapter to chapter, progression of the story, and that's it.
But see, they don't make those type of games because you think about Ultimate Alliance 3, like you always mentioned, that fits best for Wolverine. Sony don't make those type of games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at this point, I am so sick of games getting trailers and they ain't even getting worked on.
Yeah, that's
what's making me mad. Like, we got so many games coming out per month.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to see a trailer. I don't need to see a trailer for something y'all ain't got nobody working on. Y'all basically told people, hey, put together a quick little trailer for us so we can show it at the Game Awards. Sir, we don't even have the game. Just make a trailer.
That's nuts, man. So now, do you think this was meant to be partnered alongside the movie? That's now seem like it's in hell at this point.
No, there's no way they was able to do that because that movie was in development hell before this even got thought of. That movie was in development hell before it even got started off. So yeah, I don't think that's the case. And once again, it shouldn't be like that because Blade is an action movie, so it should just be an action game. Just
Yeah.
It's not rocket science. It's you tell your story. You just make an action game, give us some cool powers, some cool combos, some cool stuff to do, and go from there. That's it. Like it shouldn't. It's like Wesley Snipes said. It's not rocket science.
It really isn't.
They shouldn't be going through all this stuff to try to do. This is what happens when you have, and I hate to be like this, go on this tangent, but it's true. This is what happens when you have people who don't like a particular genre come into a space
Mm-hmm.
and don't have respect for the character
Yeah.
and try to write for it. This is what happens because now you have a bunch of people. Now you don't know because you get the script back and you're like, this is BS. Yeah, but look who you hired. Look, I love the X-Men. I have no business writing the X-Men movie. None whatsoever. I read it. I have no business writing no X-Men movie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some people just won't say that though. They'll be like, no, this is this and this. I'm like, no, that's not inclusion if you hate the character.
Yeah.
If you hate the character or you want to make it fit whatever projected issues you have, that's not not going to make for a good, film or a good game. And that's half the problem. But this just pissed me off just because I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all showed up with y'all had a minute and a half trailer, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it didn't have no gameplay, so it wouldn't have made a difference.
But you shouldn't have showed up with that.
No, they shouldn't have.
You shouldn't have showed up. You shouldn't have showed up with that. Y'all not even working on it.
So as a alibi, right? And obviously I'm playing devil's advocate here, but at the same point in time, I'm not taking up for them because even if it's gameplay, that's not a guarantee either because they'll just create a vertical slice and then that's it. Star Wars 1313 should ring a bell for a lot of people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Original Watch Dogs should ring a bell for a lot of people.
Yep.
It doesn't matter whether or not it's quote unquote playable or whatever. Like they can create whatever state they want to, and that's not the full game. Isn't that what we just saw with the demo for Perfect Dark?
Yep.
So it was kind of playable, but that wasn't representative of where they were being finished with that game. They literally created a vertical slice for a trailer, and that was it. It wasn't playable in any other form. Yeah. So there's kind of no way to really tell other than, especially nowadays, because I hate to say it, but capitalism, man. We games are, and they've always been a product, but now it's to the point where investors want to know what IP we're using to get the next profit for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
And so they're not throwing it together for you, the gamer. They're throwing it together because they're pitching to investors so they can get front money to start the project.
There you go.
But the other problem with that too is like some of these people, and I've made fun of this all the time, is my grand vision people. Like, bro, this is a video game, dude. Or people like Neil Druckmann that want to be in Hollywood, but won't nobody buy his script, so he come to gaming.
Yeah, and then when he gets the chance to actually write, he ends up having to step back.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like,
there's also that investors don't know how gaming works in general.
That part,
and they don't care either.
Because they think that you can just take something that's already established and make something and it's always going to do well, which that's not the case.
And at the end of the day, they don't really care anyway because they're venture capitalists. They're like, well, if it doesn't work, we'll just intentionally tank it. Pull a Toys R Us on it and move on to the next project. We'll buy another portfolio of companies. That's literally where they are. And if that's what you're asking money for, like if you're asking money for people like that, then as a CEO, I have to question what you really value most. And we know that it's the investor's opinion. That's what you value the most. It's not the company. It's not the people working there. It's not even, no matter how long you write the letters and say, "Oh, we were doing great," but you don't care about them people, and you definitely don't care about the product they make. So
Yeah.
I don't. I just think people should see that. Say what you will, Nintendo is still a $1 billion company, and they're also super capitalistic, and they're very frugal and traditionalist, right?
Mm-hmm.
But their literal identity is tied to the product. So the product is their focus. Because without the product, there is no them.
Yeah, well,
So
they're literally a toy company. They're not a conglomerate.
Yeah.
They're not Microsoft. Microsoft, well, Sony used to be a conglomerate. Used to be.
Yeah, used to.
But Microsoft, they're not Microsoft. They're not Sony. They don't have. Yes, they are a $1 billion company. They don't have the money to play around like. Well, Sony don't know, not no more. Damn, the more I think about it, but but like they ain't gonna do that. That's stupid for them to do that. That's why I always laughed. I thought it was funny when people say they need to be like, no, they don't, because they will go away if that's happen.
yeah,
If that happens, they will go away. But the thing is, they understand because the people that are in charge are like, hey, we've been working in this industry for longer than you investors have been in. Let us handle this. Y'all gonna be all right. And for some reason, those investors are like, you know what? We'll complain every now and then, but I do get a consistent return from y'all, so I'll shut up.
Yeah.
I think that's what bothers me the most regarding Microsoft is like you're a $1 trillion entity and you've vetted yourself again and again and again, even after big ups and downs, right? Because cloud has saved you here and there, and whatever, right? Why are you still capitulating to investors? Why?
Yeah.
There's zero need to. This is what we're working on. We'll let you know what our results are next.
There you go. Yeah.
Like
That's what
we.
That's what I was always curious about, right? Like everybody's gonna keep holding on to investors and stockholders, right? Because you're gonna need them to fund something. But when I get to this point of success, I shouldn't have to come to appease you about anything. You see my track record.
Yeah.
So if I come and tell you this is what I'm working on, just back me. Like that's it. But at the same time, like you saying, Shadow, I mean, we've seen it time and time again. Even if a team or a development company has success, all it takes is that one lightning in the bottle to show up, and then everybody want to chase it. It's like, ooh, get me one of them. Like, but I've been doing this and it's been successful. Why are we deterring from what we're doing?
Exactly.
But that's the other thing too. I think with Nintendo, they're actually able to talk to their investors and be like, "Hey, look, we got this." And they, because like I said, they tripped about the whole mobile situation, and they just put together something real quick. And because they don't have a whole bunch in mobile,
no. But
it was just enough to get them to shut up.
It was the correct story too, though. It was a branding opportunity. It had nothing to do with, hey, we're going to start making a whole bunch of mobile games to make profit.
Like Michael Pachter said it was going to be.
Yeah, no, it was branding, and it worked too because ain't nobody forgot what Nintendo is now. So
you know what? Speaking of somebody saying something that I just now remembered because I called them a grifter over it. There's supposed to be by next year some Nintendo, and by Nintendo I'm going to assume first party games that are supposed to be ending up on PC.
Oh, you mean when Hip Hop said that?
Yeah.
So I forgot about him.
His time frame is starting to come up. So when you said it just reminded me of that. So I was like, this is a good time to say it.
Oh, Hip Hop Gamer?
Yeah.
He said Nintendo games are going to be on PC?
Yeah, he said he talked to prominent PC people, and they told him that they're going to have their titles on PC.
Talk to the manufacturers or something like that. Parts manufacturers. I'm like, how would they know for one?
They wouldn't know that
because he said that they were doing marketing with those companies. I'm like, why would Nintendo be doing marketing with AMD and all those other companies to put their stuff on customized parts and then therefore the game? All right, like I don't know why people still listen to Hip Hop Gamer. I really do not know. Like I have no clue.
To our followers, if you're watching this live, if you're watching this in the record, please, it doesn't matter how many followers somebody has, right? It doesn't matter if they have a blue check on Twitter so they can write longer tweets.
Yep.
I use Notepad. You'll be okay. Don't listen to these people, they have no idea what they're talking about. Hip Hop Gamer has no idea what he's talking about.
None.
Let him brag about Sony stuff and be done with it. Like if he starts talking about anything else, just tune it out.
Because I promise you, nobody
just
else is
tune it
talking
out.
to him.
No.
I think Sony might talk to him, but I don't think nobody else talked to him. Not like that. Not like that.
No.
Yeah, I remember that. That one was funny. Because I was like, as soon as he said, I'm like, clearly you don't know what you're talking about, and I just left it at that.
Now let it be some third party games that were exclusive temporarily
Yeah,
to Nintendo. Go over and he gonna try to take credit for that being it.
Yeah,
like
I hope nobody in the chat takes it seriously.
The Daemon X Machina. I remember some people tried to do that with Daemon X Machina. I'm like, yeah, Nintendo told you there was only had like what it was, a 6 month,
6 months. Yeah,
and it's a second party game. Like what?
Yeah, like this not first party. They never said it was theirs. Not like Astral Chain is.
No.
Like this isn't the rare days anymore. Second party games usually end up getting ported out because that third party at some point gets publishing rights somewhere else after a certain period of time, and then they publish it elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like the only ones that don't is Game Freak.
Yeah.
They're the only ones that don't. And that's just because they know where they make their money at. They not stupid. They know they ain't gonna make money nowhere else.
Well, that's why I told people, like, this isn't their, like, even with Game Freak, this isn't their first game that they haven't put on Nintendo. Like that that elephant game, that never came to Nintendo. That was on 360 and PlayStation.
And then the My Town or whatever it was, didn't that go to PC or something?
I think
if I'm not mistaken. I think it left Switch and went to something else.
Game Freak specifically puts Pokemon on Nintendo.
That's it. Yeah.
And that's because of the Pokemon company.
Yeah. But everything else Game Freak does, they can put it anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like gaming is because of the money piece, it's pretty much dead, man. I don't know how else to say this, but like games like Expedition 33 are going to be few and far between going forward.
Oh yeah.
And
well, it just depends. I mean, it just depends. Like Expedition 33 did well, and so did South of Midnight. So it all hope ain't lost yet.
Yeah,
all hope ain't lost yet. So
I'm just worried about like every vertical slice we see from here on out that's not on the Nintendo platform. Well, even at this point, you can't even guarantee if it's on the Nintendo platform. It's who the studio is and who they're trying to get money from.
Yeah.
So that bothers me now that you could look at something and at this point, like even Suda 5-1 games, depending on who he's pitching to, there's stuff that might be vaporware coming from them too. And I hate to say that, but like
gotta pay the bill somehow.
Yeah, pretty much if it's not first party Sony in-house, and if it's not a live service game anyway. If it's not Sony in-house, if it's not Nintendo and their partners or whatever, I guess you could say, and the majority of the second parties that they work with or whatever, like you can pretty much guarantee, well, I don't want to say guarantee, but that game will not come out when you think it's going to come out. And it may not even be that end result. That game might even not be the same by the time you get it. So this is a strange, we kind of saw this coming in the 7th generation when we started seeing some of those games slip and get delayed or canceled and stuff like that, or become different things. And it's kind of come full circle now. Like the 8th generation, it was a little bit, but now it's like literally every other game that I'm seeing now. A lot of these announcements, they just go away. You're not talking about them no more, or the game is gone, or we're announcing layoffs, or the game comes out and layoffs and the game's canceled. Like
what Vision of Mana?
Yeah.
The game came out. The game came out on a Wednesday or Thursday. That next Friday, there was the studios closed.
Hi-Fi Rush the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they were saved.
Yeah, they were saved. Yeah.
Thankfully, but I mean, well, that once again, that goes back to like these ridiculous prices, and then you got because once again, you don't have infinite time to make your game. That's why I keep saying, like, when you start hearing people talking grand vision and stuff like that, like, bro, you are making you don't have infinite money. Nobody does. Like Microsoft, Microsoft is $1 trillion company. The game division is not.
Yeah.
And Shadow, you know this. What's that you gonna do?
He wants Azure in the cloud. He doesn't care about anything fucking else. Excuse my French, but that's it.
Yeah.
He would kill everything for that.
Yeah. And if you think Satya ain't about that life, ask Nokia. If you think he ain't about that life, ask Nokia. They bought that company within what, a month. They kept the patent, scuppered everybody else. He would do that mess with no remorse and no care.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, yeah. I mean, you don't have infinite time. That's why I'm like, some of these people, I think they need to scale some of their vision back a little bit and be like, okay, this is my first game. We need to know. In the case of Everwild, we need to know what it is.
Yeah.
So we can't just put stuff together and just put out a trailer and then tell people live we don't know what it is.
Man, I'm about to take that logo down out from behind me back here. That thing about to go because
that Rare logo.
They're not the same company no more.
They're not.
When the Staples Brothers left and when they left, 2007.
Somewhere around that 2006, 2007 or so.
It was
that same thing with BioWare when Raymond Zook and the other dude left.
That's it.
It was it. It was game over at that point because that's why I always wish that they would have went back. I kind of wish that they would have went the team members that left with the Stanford Brothers. They did Free Radical. Kind of wish they would have went back to Nintendo be a second part because I'm like, if y'all would have did that, at least y'all stuff would have still been getting worked.
Yeah, because Free Radical they made a 2 or 3 games at the time.
Yeah, they were doing good. They weren't doing bad, but then once everything switched over to HD and the costs went up, they had to stop.
That's it. They had to go.
Yeah, so it is what it is. So let's end this one on a bright note because it's been kind of bad for the last 20 minutes. So, DK Bonanza. Oh, and you might be getting your DK movie, Jack.
I saw.
Yeah, you might be getting that. I know Seth Rogen happy. So
they kind of hinted at that. They hinted.
Yeah, they did. So. Yeah.
I know he happy as hell right now. He's like, yes, I'm in the franchise, baby.
But
they gotta pay. Animal producer gotta pay me twice. So
makes you wonder, like, what direction do we go? We go old country, or do we do something different? Like, because there's got to have K. Rool the way people are acting about K. Rool right now.
I don't think they would do the first. I think they would do Donkey Kong Country and just do
that. Part makes more sense. Wasn't the cartoon based off country?
Yeah.
I'll probably I just do that then. If it was me.
Why are they hiding Diddy? What's the deal with that?
What?
I don't know.
Is there a Diddy Kong Racing or something? Like, why do they keep like trying to hide? I don't understand what the point.
I got a feeling they got something up their sleeve and they trying their best not to let nothing slip.
Yeah.
So they just acting like, oh no, nothing's happening.
Yeah. Because right now it's like, all right, if you think about how Bonanza is set up, Diddy could have worked in this. I mean, you have to change the plot a little bit, but Diddy could have worked. But they didn't. They went with Pauline. So you see Diddy and Dixie in the game. They're like,
because they're gonna do challenges. Yeah,
they do challenges.
The challenge part.
That brings up one problem to me.
Mm-hmm.
This game screws continuity.
Oh, 100%.
It does.
Dude, I'm going out on the limb. This is the same thing they did with Brother of the Wild. It's a soft reboot.
They're gonna retell it.
Yeah, it's a soft reboot.
Because I'm like, Pauline is a child, but she was an adult by the time Diddy was around. So I'm like,
how is that? Yeah,
because my first thought when I saw Pauline was going to be in it, I was like, okay, so this is Cranky when he was DK. Then you get Diddy, and I'm like, no.
But then you got Cranky in there.
They're different. Cranky's in there, so they're redoing it.
I would just assume that that's another Kong that used to be Donkey and became Cranky. So like a line of succession. But then it was just like, but then you throw Diddy, because Diddy is separate. Diddy is a whole separate thing. He's not in that family. So I'm like, yeah, y'all just...
Is Pauline a daughter, though? The only reason why I'm saying that is because like Cranky clearly discusses lineage about the city and with the Wrecking Crew and Mario Jumpman type stuff, and Pauline, right? So at some point they were all whatever. So like the Pauline that's in the game is in Super Mario Odyssey is obviously younger than she needs to be. Like she should probably be in like her 50s or something.
Yeah,
right? Or
exactly.
yeah, she should probably be in her 50s or something, right? So like if they're doing this, then it sounds like a line of succession. Like there's a Grandma Pauline somewhere, and the younger one, she's more energetic and she's the mayor or whatever now. And I don't. Maybe this is some type of prequel as far as this game goes, but I don't know.
Or
That's why I
she
said it's
might
probably
get back
soft
to
reboot.
full. Yeah, I'm about to say she might just get back to adult status when she gets back to the surface, because the Void Company stole her for a reason.
Yeah.
And they put her in that rock for a reason. I don't know what their reasoning was. We'll find out.
Yeah.
There is another possibility. This version of Pauline could be time displaced.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It could be that too.
So I know I am looking forward to this one. I told Jack when they first revealed it, I'm like, this 3D Donkey Kong, this is right up my alley. I didn't mind the 2D Donkey Kongs, but some of them just got to the point where I was just like, I'm frustrated. I don't want my blood pressure to rise no more. I just want to win. So
yeah.
So I'm just like,
DKC3 is like, you just get good times 10.
Yeah, and I don't. Sometimes I just don't feel like that. So I just want to relax. So I do like the fact that they went 3D. I do like the powers that they show. I do like they actually trying to make an emotional story with DK. This is gonna be hilarious to see. And
well, my man is just banana, and she's like, I'm trying to make it to the surface, DK. Like, sure,
okay,
all right, whatever.
Sure.
I bet you there is a scene in that game that's gonna make a bunch of grown men cry.
Yep, probably is. I'm pretty sure.
No,
I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Like it didn't take too much. I was really close to just jump up superstar. That entire, I'm like, bro, this is like 30, almost 40 years. Like they're really walking through. They're doing it. And I'm like, Jesus. I was like, man, this is just this is like a love letter, man. It hit me right there, and I was just like, I don't need to play no more. I'm done.
The funny
like,
thing about
what's
that
up, y'all? I was like, I'm done.
And the funny thing about that in Odyssey, when they did the whole when you do the New Donk City stuff, and then you go do the HD 8-bit, I still think they need to do that. By the way,
do it for Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
they got some of it in there.
HD
Looks like
8-bit stuff, and you do the whole. And while she's singing, and you pop up at the actual show, and I'm like, bruh, okay, that was dope. That was dope. So, and since it is the Odyssey team, which I don't know why we needed confirmation of that. I mean, look at the damn game.
Just look at it.
Whatever. So
from the look of it, figured that one out.
They didn't change any of the assets really. Like
they
all
didn't.
The fonts, everything just
screamed
that team.
The only asset that is different is Donkey Kong himself.
That's it. Because if you look at Pauline, if you look at adult Pauline, and then you look at her, she has the same face. Like they did the eyes the same, everything. They changed up the hair, of course, because she's 13. But like they didn't mess with that all that much. And then the fact that and I gotta go back. I forgot who tweeted this out, but it was funny. The fact that we got Gear 4 Donkey Kong and somebody put Gear 4 Donkey Kong. We got what was it? I forgot what the other ones they had, but it was just funny seeing that and then seeing the power-ups, because we know we got two more other than Zebra and Ostrich. Yeah. So it's funny to me. But I'm looking forward to it because this is gonna be fun.
I told you I made a mistake in already playing it. Made a huge mistake. Like that wasn't my intent, because all the reportings were Best Buy and Walmart. Nobody said anything about GameStop. I just so happened to walk into GameStop, and it was like front and center as soon as you walk through the door, and they had the Switch 2 thing sitting right there. I was like, hold on. Is this only for like videos, or is this like actual? And I pressed the button. I was like, "Ooh, demos." So I was like, went right over to it. I was like, "Ooh, it's here!" Like, I was like, cool. Like I recorded it with my Meta Ray-Bans. I've been trying to post it to Twitter, but for whatever reason, Twitter won't take it. I don't know why, but yeah, I mean that game feels good, and that was just in handheld. So watching all the videos, I already knew how to control it, because understanding that. Actual punches forward was Y, punching up was X, punching down was B, and then A was the jump, which I knew would take some time to get used to because I'm so accustomed to the bottom button to always be my jump, but yeah, that was solid. Like just going through hitting everything and navigating through everything, and him rolling or surfing, and everything just worked, and it felt good for the 15 minutes because it's a 15-minute demo. So it's
Okay.
it's a solid game, and but even when we talked about like the frame rate drops, they were not present in this demo, even though I know there are like purposeful slowdowns like with the impact hits, but the ones that we saw initially when we first saw it, yeah. So I'm curious to see what we get at launch. And I actually ended up folding, and I got rid of my pre-order and just bought it digital. So even though I got cursed out at GameStop by the girl behind the desk, she was like, "Why?" I was like, "Oh, I got it digital." She's like, "Okay." She was like, "Wait a minute, you just messed me up." I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "They count these pre-order numbers against me, so you just took a pre-order number away from me." I was like,
"Yeah,
sound like a personal issue." Sound like a personal issue.
I was like, "I already paid the 70, homie. My bad." Like,
you got a me issue.
yeah, that I feel for you. I was like, "They really count that against you?" She's like, "Yeah, they really count that against me."
They do.
Like, all right.
That's messed up.
Yeah,
but yeah, I can't wait to play it, and I can't wait for people to sit back and say it's not 60 frames a second. I can't wait.
look,
I just don't like. And so here's my thing, right? When Nintendo tells you, yeah, we know they're there, and some of them are intentionally there to slow down and stuff like that, and I'm like, if they're designing around it and they know that it's there, don't worry about it. Because when you play it, you're not going to feel it. So
you're not going to half time. You're not going to notice it.
You're not, unless you're just going out your way to try to find it.
Try to find it, yeah.
He's like, well, I'm going to notice it because I'm going to screen cap it and look and blah blah blah.
No,
are you doing that while you're playing though?
No,
like
you're not.
No, you're not. Like you're playing the game. So what do we? I don't understand. Like even I went on this deal trial before. Like if we can go back and play these older games, and a lot of these same people bitching about this stuff, they claim to be retro collectors too, right?
Yep.
So they collect all these old consoles and they play all these old games, but then at the same time tell you to get a certain piece of hardware so you can emulate those same games and then they'll quote unquote be better. Then why are you collecting all these retro consoles and then collecting all these? Because aren't they unplayable?
Sense. Yeah, it don't make sense.
They're unplayable, right? Like you don't want to play Ocarina of Time and it hits 17 frames per second when it starts playing. If you have the gold cart or whatever, and it starts playing the little chants that got banned. Like what's the problem? To me, I play that game and it's playable. I mean, I could do frame capture, and I could probably count every frame drop whatsoever. Playing is what I care about, and input response is what I care about. And if it's running at 17 frames per second,
but you can't tell.
As soon as I flick the analog stick, Link immediately moves. I don't care because I'm not getting an input delay. What I'm seeing on screen is matching what I'm doing. So what's the problem here? I mean, I don't understand.
I can see you have a problem if you had a Mad Catz controller.
Well, no, you've already expressed what the problem was. You're playing the game to play it. Yeah, they're playing it to post, and that's where the problem comes in because we have so many content creators or people that want to be content creators or wants to get clicks or whatever the case may be. They will go out their way to find the problem just to post it. And it's like, did you enjoy the game? Oh, well, I couldn't even make it through it because I was nauseous because it was 30 frames per second. It's like you have to at some point you have to. I feel like it's one of those things that I didn't understand until it came to gaming. Even something that you would love for everybody to enjoy, you just wish it was not popular. It is because it brings a lot of other people that genuinely don't want to be here, but because it's popular, they feel the need to be here.
They gotta attach themselves.
Yeah,
I mean, you see the same thing in the comic book community with like some of these superhero movies. You'll have people sit up here and argue you down about how Superman's supposed to act, and you're like, "Have you ever read a comic book? Oh, Ironheart is woke. Like, why is it woke? They use her to replace Robert Downey Jr. No, they're not.
What? Read the comic book.
Like, read the comic.
Like those comic books are recent too. It's not like the 70s.
No, this ain't the 1970 book. That book came out in 2013.
Yeah.
I think because that was right after Civil War II, the dumbest Civil War, but right after Civil War II. So I'm like, bro, it ain't like that's why I said a while back. People need to start back gatekeeping because like a lot of these people are disingenuous. They're not. They're not genuine with their critiques. Because if you're gonna critique something that you didn't even watch or you didn't even play, your opinions mean nothing to me. Because you didn't watch it or you didn't play it. So why am I listening to you?
Some of these people too are hypocrites because just a generation ago, or even just recently, or maybe a couple of years ago, they were playing Arkham Knights.
Yep.
And they also played Arkham Knight when it came out on PS4 and 360. So that game ran terrible on every platform.
Everything.
It still struggles on PC today.
Today. They couldn't fix it.
It struggles on everything it's on.
Yeah. Yep. So what do we I need to understand if you're saying that anything below 60 frames per second is unplayable, what were you doing when the majority or the games that you like weren't 60 frames per second?
It's because beautiful and it was Batman.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. There was a large number of people that were still playing Cyberpunk when it was this broken state, when the frame was dropping on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a nightmare at launch. That game was broken. And then and somebody mentioned Bayonetta on PS3, like anything on PS3. Anything on PS3.
PS3 had horrible frame rate.
Skyrim on PS3.
I own Skyrim on PS3. Yeah. There are bad things that happen in that game that should not happen. Like
that version.
That version is broken.
Wilton, that's how I caught one person lying. Because he told me and Andre that he can't play or watch anything that's not 60 frames a second. And I asked him what the latest movie he went to go watch. It wasn't even in 48 frames a second. It was 24. He said he loved it. It was Endgame. Oh, like, that movie ain't even in 48 frames a second. What are you talking about?
Oh, I found another argument. Somebody made that same argument, but then someone said, "Well, how do you watch them?" He's like, "Well, there's a difference between playing something and watching things." My thought process is, if you can play a game, or you can play a game that's at 60 frames per second, you can play one that's at 30 frames. The frame rate is what's going to make the experience jarring for you. You may have something else going on
with your eyes, and you need to go see a physician.
You may have another that is causing you to have difficulty with a lower frame rate. Because if the frame rate on television shows at 24 to 48 frames, 24 and 30 are not that different.
Yeah, mostly 24.
24 and 30 frames are not that different.
Let me help you out with a IT joke there, Jay. Problem exists between keyboard and chair.
Basically.
Yeah, I mean, but y'all hit the nail on the head because it may be a underlying health issue. Because I tell people all the time.
I told that dude that.
Yeah,
and he got mad at me. He blocked me.
Because I had somebody get mad at me because I told them, "Hey, there are just certain games in VR my eyes just can't handle. Like I get nauseous real fast, and Meta's recognize this because they label certain games intense or mild or whatever the case may be." He was like, "Well, you just haven't got your VR legs. I've been doing VR for 5 years. Well, you might have not. I know how my body works, so thank you for your critique, but I didn't say the game was bad. I just said I can't play it. That's all I said."
People have to understand that certain things can be disorienting.
Yeah.
VR is right here. It's not
right on your eyes.
It's as if you're there. Yes. So if your body is not used to something at high moving speeds or with lots of blur, which even though in real life you actually have motion blur, but if you see lots of it, it can actually make you nauseous. It can disorientate you. I hate myself.
I know this and you know this. It's just the simple fact of like, why was there so much anger there? But but I understand that there's some people that can sit in VR for 24 hours and nothing's wrong with them. But I have to take a week break after playing for about 2 days. So it's just, but I didn't say anything bad about the game in particular. And back to the point of if 30 bothers you that much, yeah, you might want to go get
You have
something.
you have an issue. You
Yeah.
have an underlying. You need to go see your optometrist.
Yeah,
Look,
bad.
it's either an optical issue with your eyes, or
A
it is a
placebo effect.
neurological issue. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
But other than that, you're lying.
That
So
is,
I mean, like,
like,
other than that, you're lying.
What's
'Cause if
crazy
you-
to me is like once you see the difference, right? So you see the difference between 120 frames and say 15, right?
mhm.
If your eyes work correctly, they'll still adjust. So
There
I'll
you
go
go.
from playing 120 frames on one game and then go down to playing 15 on another. The smoothness will still come back in my brain as I play that game over time because your brain is inputting the extra frames. It's anticipating them. You see them. So it's
Mhm.
one of those things. And again, that's one of those things you only notice that if you see them side by side.
There
If
you go.
if you see 30 and 60 side by side, then yeah, blah blah blah. But depending on if you played that game from the beginning, not knowing that 60 frames per second was possible,
Mhm.
and you play through it in 30, your brain has already input everything you need to do for every other frame.
That's why I
Which
think they need to stop saying it. They need to stop
yeah,
saying this is in
that's
60 frames. They need to stop saying this in 1080 because halftime,
And
once
speed.
again, they be lying.
Yeah.
it's literally how games work before progressive scan. Everything was
Yeah.
interlaced. So your brain was being tricked half the time anyway. Like fields were showing up every once in a while and they were filling in the information and your brain was doing the rest.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. Every time I hear that, I'm like, and anybody that says those kind of things and then they claim to be my age or older, I'm like, so you're just going to pretend that entire age of displays didn't
Yeah.
exist.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you
gonna
can't go back
pretend-
to ever playing any of that stuff anymore.
You're going to pretend like the 80s, 90s, them big CRT TVs did not exist. You're going to
Exactly.
pretend. You're going to pretend that. Okay. All right, bro. Whatever.
I had one of them large wood encased CRT TVs.
They could only get the best you could get on a good day was 480i.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
On a good day.
But I also tell people too, like, it's cool if you want to be informed about things like this for educational purposes. But if you're just using it just for an argument's sake, that it makes no sense. Because even when I talk about 2K, like 2K's been on the Switch for a while. I think since like 18.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you've played on PlayStation 5 or Xbox versus a Switch, you're gonna have a hard time going back and forth because that's 60, Switch is 30, but it's more about the timing of your shot. Like it's gonna throw you off completely. I've even had situations to where even on a PlayStation, if I move from my monitors here in my computer room versus the TV, I have to adjust my shot again because there is a difference in that latency. Same thing with online, but you're never doing that. Like you're never doing that because one, 2K don't offer cross progression, stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But also it's like it's you're gonna pick one or the other. So when you see a Digital Foundry or either any of these other content creators doing side by sides, take that as a form of education for either your purchase or just for you to say, all right, cool, I want to be informed. Because that's why I loved Welcome Tour so much. As much as people hated the fact that it was $10, you got a lot of detail and information from that game. Like I just finished the last stamp for that game. There was so much in that. I was like, oh shoot, I wouldn't even have thought about that. When you talk about how they spaced everything out in that device to ensure that the heat was properly spacing and using certain material to do that and giving the main computer its own spot so it doesn't get overheated by all the other components. And you really stop and say, you know what? I bought an ROG Ally, which was a $700 device, and they didn't even think about that because you can't even use an SD card on that because it gets too freaking hot and corrupts your SD card. That's why the Ally X had to come out. Like, the X had to move it to the other side because they didn't think about that ahead of time. But I got the game not to say like, okay, here's this and that. It informed me about a lot of things I did not know about, one, building the console, but then also two, like what Nintendo's mindset was on why they're doing what they're doing and how they went about making that decision. You know, even from things as simple as the casing of how the casing's helping with distributing heat and why they put the the main computer closer to the vent so it can help with the cooling on both sides. Like, yes, very detailed stuff, but most people use it for a means to just argue, fuss, and fight about stuff. But yeah,
isn't it interesting how Digital Foundry never covered any of that?
And they're not. And they're not going.
But isn't that good? Isn't that good R&D and tech to
Look,
cover?
But they didn't get they didn't get a dev kit, man. Come on, man. Come on, come on,
But
man.
even then,
that would be one of the things that they would want to cover so that they can prove that they are legitimate.
thank you. But it would have
But it
backfired
exposes me,
immediately.
Andre. Why would I admit that?
Because even with this current situation with D-Brand, like they came back and apologized, said they were going to replace him. But anybody that played Welcome Tour, you would have known what the issue was off jump. Because Nintendo specifically told you we put a gap between the Switch 2 and those controllers so that way the magnet can stay stronger.
Yep.
The D-Brand gets rid of that spacing. So therefore there's not enough room. I mean, it's not set up as its intent to keep it together like it does. That's why it just falls apart so easily. But you would know that if you play Welcome Tour and why they did that and why it's a loose magnet and why they have it to where the SL and SR buttons are magnet. So that way it have those connectors and everything that goes along with it. Like they built it with a purpose.
But you're thinking, hey, this is just a premium button. This is great. And all of that was thought. No.
They thought about it
man.
in detail. Like when I say detail, it's ridiculous how they thought about that. And then even explaining like the Switch cartridge versus Switch 2 cartridge of like how much computing power and everything that goes into it. And how fast it computes like equations is ridiculous. But
yeah,
so
but still got people complaining.
Everybody know Nintendo doesn't know tech and they're behind.
They're behind in time. There you go.
I thought trying to argue you down, man. I'm like, bro, like you ain't even dude would not answer your question.
I'm like, so what are they behind exactly? Well, what AMD has, what do they got?
I would like to point out one thing that that I had predicted, and that was that the Switch 2 carts would have to be much faster.
Yes.
Because you have to pay for higher tiered extra ROM in order to be able to play those games.
Yeah.
Everybody's begging for higher speed, higher read-write speeds.
Yep. But even with that, you still get faster speeds with it being on the console. Because but it's still needed, as you said, and you know, it was just amazing going through Welcome Tour and just how much it could clear up the ignorance online. Because I've always said one of the bigger issues with gaming in itself, developers don't talk about that part. Like people go around and just spew the most random stuff. Like I saw the other day, what was it? They were mad about Nintendo's prices as usual. But they were talking about how, what was it? Tears of the Kingdom was 120 million to make. I was like, where'd you get that from? Like, like I don't think they've ever quoted 120 million. I don't. I was like, all right.
No Nintendo game is that
about the air.
Yeah. No Nintendo game is that high. I think I think at the time Breath of the Wild was the most expensive one, and that was, what did they say that was at?
It might have been close to 20 million, I think.
Yeah, I think that was
because of how long it took.
Yeah.
It was like 9 years of development.
Yeah. I want to say it was 20. It was 20. I think that's what they came out to, and that was once again that was their most expensive at the time. Mm-hmm. So I do 100. They do not do that.
It wouldn't have been that expensive anyway because it was built off of Breath of the Wild.
Exactly. There you go. The assets are already there.
It's the same. Literally the same. The only thing they added was the sky and the depths,
and the added to the physics engine for the Ultra Hand.
For Ultra Hand and the other stuff you got to do. But other than that, like they used and remember, because I knew when messed around and said it was originally supposed to be an expansion. They just had more ideas. And then when they were like, we need to bring Ganondorf back. At that point, they were like, we got to make a whole game.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they said that.
That's a whole different part of the story. It is a wholly different part of the story at that point.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, man, I hate that people try to do that because then when you try to ask them, okay, well, what games are you playing? They can't never say nothing. I'm like, so you ain't no gamer. Why you complaining?
They don't play games, man.
You just want engagement. I'm not even going to acknowledge your existence at this point. So, like that's because there's a lot of people I've asked a question, and because the first question I ask is, okay, what games you playing? When they can't answer that, I'm not even engaging.
So they're like, well, I'm enjoying my Steam Deck and blah blah blah. Okay, what you playing on your Steam Deck? Oh, I'm not going to engage with you, Nintendo fan, and talk to you about my Steam Deck playlist. I would just send me a friend request because I have a Steam Deck.
Yep.
and I'll just look and see what you're playing.
But
I'm
they
not
ain't
doing
finna
that
do
here.
that.
I don't.
Well, they ain't finna do that. So yeah, that's always like weird to me. But then again, it's like it's because stuff got cool now. Like I said, once Iron Man blew up, because everybody loved the Batman movies, but once Iron Man blew up, I'm like, this finna be a problem, and it's been a problem ever since. Because you got people that, oh, I can. Let me get in. Yeah, I can. This is how I can make me some extra money. I'll just get in and pretend like I know everything, but they don't know nothing. They reading Wikipedia, not understand that Wikipedia is not a reliable source because anybody can go in and change it.
Yep.
I kind of think Ironheart would do okay though, given that they made a good decision having Ryan Coogler direct the TV series. I think.
Well, he wrote for it.
Yeah.
The other girl, she directed it.
She directed it.
Yeah,
I think
she did.
I think that was a good call. So,
because he read the comic.
and I mean, and also very talented. Anyway, on top of that, so and you know,
but it helps when you
Wakanda.
actually respect the material. The only thing, because I had to explain to somebody, like in the original, her AI was Tony.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the original, but of course they had to change it because she don't know who Tony is. Like all that stuff happened before she got picked up by Shuri in Wakanda Forever. So there's that. The other thing that I would say to that too is basically, I'm like, if you have an issue with watching something just because the main characters don't look like you, that's a you problem. And when you can't give anybody an actual reason why you didn't like it other than it's trash, that's a you problem because now we know what type of person you are. And I'll leave it at that.
So I'm just I'm pausing right there, right? So I was supposed to hate Captain America, original Spider-Man, original Batman, all these comic book characters that were Thor. I'm supposed to hate every last one of them because of how I look. Or maybe they're just really cool fucking stories and characters, and you like them because they're fictional, and they also tell real stories about how to overcome problems, how to be good to other people because they're different. X-Men, hint, hint. Did you get the fucking message? Like, I'm sorry, speaking French, but
which is odd. Which is an odd thing because so many people like X-Men, which is about diversity.
Literally,
it's literally Stan Lee. It's literally Stan Lee and Jack Kirby looking at their bosses, telling them, "You're the problem because you won't let us put black and other people in these stories that we write that we wanted to put in there." It's basically that.
But if they don't know who Stan Lee is, they should just probably look that up. They should probably just look that up.
That's why I was like, and it goes back to gaming as well, because like Tales of Kinzera's out, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You hear people all the time, oh well, if you just make your own games with your own characters, then fine. Okay, this guy does it.
Yeah,
he does it. Gets his own studio made. They do it. The first thing come out their mouth is, "Oh, I don't like this." Well, why you don't like it?
Yeah, and it's a wonderful story. It's a pretty good game too.
It's a story about grief. It's a story about death. Like it's a coming of age story, but you don't like it. You can't tell nobody why you don't like it.
Yeah.
You just keep saying it's trash. Why you keep saying it's trash?
Just say it, Asmongold. Say it. Say it with your chest.
Just say it with your whole chest. Like, say it with your whole chest and don't be afraid of the consequences. Just say it with your whole chest. We already know. Just say it with your whole chest.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it because if I had the same mentality, I would be mad forever.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't You learn that one of the things that we were talking about at work the other day was people really do need to leave their hometown.
They do.
Because once you leave, because I grew up in a small town. When I went to college, you meet a lot of different people. You learn a lot of different stuff. Because one, come out your mouth on the wrong person, you probably lose your fronts. So you learn how to be like, hey, and then, but actually, you actually get to meet people, and you're like, hey, man, they ain't that bad. Maybe some of the stuff I was taught was about people who didn't really leave their hometown and don't know how the world work.
And then some of the stuff that they were taught and
Was
how it was
wrong.
originally there to begin with.
Yeah.
Who created all that, and is it to your benefit or theirs?
Yeah. So that's why I say everybody should leave home, and like to a point where you have to get it on your own, where you have to make it work on your own, because that'll open up your eyes a little bit. And it's apparent that a lot of people don't do that. Now there are some people who just doing it just they incite rage bait so they can get engagement. Yeah. I don't even play with people like that.
Come on, Jay. Miles Morales is not Spider-Man. You know that. You know.
Then why y'all keep wearing his suit when y'all host Halloween? Why y'all keep wearing his suit, not Peter's, his suit, the black and red with the J's, with the original Jordans. Why you keep wearing his?
Man.
But I mean, everybody hated Miles Morales, but they liked Peter Parker with his story.
And then,
that's Tom Holland's Spider-Man for everybody.
But once they started seeing Miles Morales into the Spider-Verse, now everybody supposedly love him. I thought y'all hated him.
Oh no, he was fooled in. He was fooled in. I still point out the most recent Spider-Man, that is Miles Morales' story with Peter Parker in place of Miles, because the character that is Peter's best friend was Miles' best friend.
Yep.
Basically. So for everybody that hated Miles Morales, if you liked that story, you actually would have liked Miles.
You actually would have, yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I think like what happens is people don't know the source material. I mean, we found that out with people when people got mad about the whole Captain America situation. But I'm like, bro, y'all.
That has been passed to so many characters.
But no, I'm going to come from Steve Rogers' standpoint. Y'all do realize that after Onslaught and the U.S. government tried to kill the Avengers along with the X-Men by throwing Sentinels at them, then after the whole thing with Bucky and the Winter Soldier, when they lied to him about Bucky being alive, and then on top of that, the killer of all killers, when they hid the fact about Isaiah Bradley and his team, and he had to find out on his own. At that point, and this is before Civil War happened, because all that led up to Steve just being like, I don't trust y'all. That was in the comics. That's why I wish the Isaiah Bradley stuff they were able to do that with Chris Evans before he gave the mantle to Sam, just so people could see he has really stopped being about America like that for years, because they kept lying to him.
To be technical, he was never really about America, but he was more about the American people.
People, yeah. And they didn't understand that. And you got people who don't understand that, Dean Cain. And, that's what happens. Just like the people that don't understand Superman.
Oh, a lot of people don't understand
y'all do know he an alien, right?
Yeah.
It is so wild that people don't think that Superman rages out. He's been doing that for years.
He has emotion to do that. Yeah.
Why do people think the Punisher likes the police?
Oh, bro, that's the best part of Daredevil Born Again is when he straight up say, I'm finna go get these fanboys. I'm like, oh, snap. Like, they finna do it. Because in the comic, he did it. In the comic, he killed all of them. He killed every last one of them.
Punisher don't care what your denomination is or what you claim to be. If he sees that you're doing some fuck shit, he gonna fuck you up. That's it.
But that's one of those things where I hate to say it, I guess we're in a generation where people don't read, which is crazy because you literally have how can I say this? An infinite connection to every encyclopedia ever created.
Man, we've been in the information age for the last 20 years and nobody read.
In the palm of your hand. Before, it used to take you sitting in front of a computer and putting CDs in. And before that, it was going to every library and like punch cards, microfiche. I'm dating myself now, but microfiche and scrolling through all that, like
Laserdisc, floppies.
And now you can just talk to your watch and you get the answer, and you choose to not hear what the answer is. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing, but we're in that world right now, and I can't.
it's easier for the person that I like that's telling me what I want to hear to tell me what I want to hear.
Hey, the thing that I want to hear, are there any counters to that? And is that interesting? And should I pay attention to it?
People
No,
don't like being challenged.
they didn't tell me what I wanted to hear. Damn it!
People don't like being challenged. That's one thing I've learned. People don't like being challenged
at all.
God, man. Like, well, I've heard every anti-Nintendo argument. I've heard them. Some of them are valid, right? A lot of them are not.
Every company, nobody is above reproach. But some of the links some of these people are going, but once again, the reason how I get them is okay. Then tell me what games you playing.
Yeah. And they're like, does not compute because that GPT doesn't tell me that.
Yeah. Like I said, we found this out with the whole Astrobot situation. I'm like, you put that game, if that game ever came to Switch, I promise you, to outsell, it'll make way more than it did on PlayStation.
It would have already been at 15 to 20 million. It would have already been at 15 to 20 million.
And I'm willing to bet Sony knows it too. Sony execs know it too. They know it too. 1.5 million, that don't make no sense.
They're not going to port it though. They'll never. I think they're going to hold on to it.
Because number one, if they do that, it's going to expose it.
Yeah.
2, and number 3, they'd be like, how the hell our game that one game do you sell best on that system?
I think on the slick, I think they're scared to port Horizon as well. Like they port the Lego joint. I think they're afraid to port the whole game.
First of all, if they port Horizon and then the next Zelda game come out, I'm feeling sorry for them.
I mean, it might sell better than it did before.
Somebody brought up Iwata to rag on Welcome Tour being $10. Do they realize that Iwata would have charged that much for that game too?
Yeah.
Remember.
But this what game
Virtual Console was a la carte.
Reggie begged Nintendo to make Wii Sports.
Yeah.
Back in the American market. It wasn't everywhere else.
It wasn't everywhere else, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was $50, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm like, you ain't gotta buy that game if you don't want to. Stop complaining about it.
They gotta
if you want to buy it, if you want to buy it. If you don't want to buy it, why are you complaining? Stop pocket watching people. If it ain't for you, every game ain't made for you. Well, is that a false statement? Every game ain't made for you.
I don't know. I'm playing baby games and apparently swapping mechanical hard drives in a data center with Ethernet cables. I'm like, I don't know what data center you've ever been in the last like.
Bro,
I want to say even 5 years. Jesus Christ, it don't work like that no more.
If you saying that, I'm like, bro, that data center's outdated.
Yeah.
I just told him, I was like, do you know what a data domain is? Like, just get started? I mean, we can go down that road, but I don't think you want that smoke. Yeah. I don't think you want that smoke. But we're gonna call it a night here. Just remember, next week there won't be a episode because I will be in the Bahamas. So nice.
Becoming a
dad. There will not be an episode next week, but we will be back on the 27th. So, anything you want to pimp out? Let's start with Jack.
Not really. Just thanks for everybody coming through, commenting, and I know there were some questions there, but we didn't get a chance to answer. But ultimately, really just enjoy gaming, man. I just didn't think we would ever get to this point.
Yeah,
we have the most technology we've ever had, the easiest access to people that we've ever had, and has become so toxic. It's ridiculous. Like, it should be fun to have these type of communications on like a daily basis. Like, it should be fun to have, like, seeing what people like and what they're surprised to see come out. Whether you're on the retro side or if you only deal with console or PC or handheld, whatever. But it's not like that. But when you do find the main group, it's an enjoyable thing to have. So, like I said, I appreciate the people that come through because they are on Twitter as well, and they are very vocal on there as well. And sharing the same sentiments that we tend to share on here. So, other than that, just continue supporting everybody here. Continue to speak about gaming and not the underlying things of business and things of that nature that really don't pertain to you anyway, or that you don't care about. Just, if that's your thing, if you're interested in it, for sure. But if you're just using it just to get somebody upset, then just stop. But other than that, I'm excited for Donkey Kong this Thursday. Like, I made sure my calendar was cleared. You hear me? Like, I am cleared. The only thing I gotta do is take my wife to an appointment, and that's gonna be a drive-by. That's a
Get out.
Get out. Like, get out of here. But other than that, man, I'm just looking forward to gaming in general. I have a lot of games to play, and that's one of those blessings for sure. But yeah, just continue to enjoy games, man, and talk about it if you can, but just be positive about what you're doing.
Please try some positive.
Try it out. It'll make you feel different. It might, for some of y'all, it might burn a little bit, but
yeah,
but just try it out.
Please try it out. All right, Andre.
I've been working on stuff, as I have explained at the beginning of the show for anybody that missed. I've been tinkering around with low spec gaming, seeing what I can do on a low spec machine, what I can't do. And I'm planning on making videos on it as soon as I get the equipment to properly record from the low spec PC to something else. So as soon as I get that, y'all can expect those videos to pop up, and then you'll see my usual stuff once I get back into my normal rhythm.
360p, 12 frames a second. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, if it's functional, it's functional.
Hey, look, man. Once you get that Astral Chain moving at 480i, 17 frames a second, we in there.
Works for me. That's Wii U gamepad right there. I'm with
you. All right, Shadow.
Yeah, channel did, but I did a podcast, debate or whatever a couple of weeks ago. I still have some things to say about that. I'll talk about that here or there. I just need the time. I'll say this. Thank y'all for all y'all showing up, for everybody here and whatnot. I know I haven't been as present on the podcast as I probably should have been. But I'll try to make it here as soon as as much as I can. I will say this: take time to appreciate the people around you. I would say that much as well. For sure. And I'm not going to delve into too much details, but just make sure while you're gaming, make sure that you're appreciating the IRL people. That surround your life and whatnot. Make sure you spend time with them. Because there's no reset button on some of that time spent, regardless of whether or not it's for whatever type of reasons, whether it be medical or just time or just you're not able to fly around the world, right? Not right. Any time that you want to. Some people can, but everybody ain't Jeff Bezos. So I would say definitely appreciate the people that are flesh and blood and not NPCs. Don't treat the people that like NPCs. That much I will say. Yeah. Other than that, if I do get something out this week, expect multiple of them. I'm working on multiple things at one time right now, and when they come, they come. Sorry, but yeah, I'm just one guy, and I don't have a team. I don't have a script writer. I don't have a cameraman. So yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. That's all I got playing Switch, so it's kind of hard to put that thing down because I'm having a lot of fun with it. So expect maybe a 2-month-old review. I don't know. Like at this point, come on, man. Other people do that way better than me. So I will also say subscribe to those channels too instead of waiting on mine. But other than that, play games, have fun until press on the people.
All right. And once again, please remember, no podcast next Sunday. So we will be off next Sunday. So enjoy you guys' time. I will be playing Donkey Kong while I'm on that cruise, but I will be throwing up some gameplay when I get back. So just so you know, I will be doing that. And me and Jack are probably going to do a review probably, more than likely. Or first impressions, or we'll do something.
Hey, the way I'll be playing it, brother, I might be ready for a review.
So be on the lookout for that.
Jack beat that game in 2 days.
Like, I come back and you already done. I ain't even done yet.
No sleep. I'm not a father. I'm not a husband.
So
no life at like 2K. That's how they do.
Right.
But we will see you guys on the 27th. So y'all have a good one, and we'll see you when we are back. Peace out, people.
Peace.
Peace, folks.